again, I cannot express it enough. I would highly suggest it. For what you can do, you can either make it nice and compact, just like this. All right, everyone, today's video is sponsored by Yamagahome, a great source of organizing for your pegboard tool areas. We're gonna go ahead and get this unboxed for you guys today. We're also gonna show you demonstrations, 2 separate demonstrations of how you can install this type of product on your pegboard. You can go ahead and install this directly to pegboard, or you can mount it directly to a wall as well. Now you see in the instructions here, this is your first install type method, and then your second install type method is 3 separate shelves, and I'm going to show you that today. Now if you see here, you have 3 different types of shelves. You have these right here, this right here, and this specific one right here. This is your shelf for your cordless tools, and these will be your 2 separate shelves for miscellaneous things if you're doing it in the Type 2 installation method. Now these little handy things here, these will go on the side of one of these shelves, and this is where you can hold screwdrivers. So I'm going to actually install it here on my wall for the time being. Now when it comes to these individual shelves that you want to put up by yourselves, you have a couple options. Like I said, you can go ahead and do this right here, and you have 1 shelf right there. Now with these individual shelves, you have 4 different spots to hang it. You have 2 peg holes on the outside, which are for a vertical mounting system, and then the horizontal mounting system, you have 2 holes on the inside to hang with your screws. All right, so as you see here, all you simply just need is some drywall hanging screws or some wood screws if you're gonna go into the studs. The kit does come with its own separate drywall screws, but I have a little upgraded ones at my house, so I'm gonna be using those. Simply a level and a drill, and you can install this very simple. I'm opting to do more of a staggered shelf look here. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and install the top shelves, the middle shelf, a side off shelf. That way I can still install a cordless wall charger next to these shelves if I want to continue with this setup. I'm going to also install my cordless drills off to the right so that they're out of the way and not hanging in my face. This is another beautiful thing about this type of wall organizing system. Now with the hardware provided, I'm going to go ahead and install the screwdriver attachment shelf. You do get 2 of them. I am currently going to only opt to use 1 at the moment and possibly use a second one in the future when I figure out exactly how I truly want this set up. Now the amazing thing about this setup is you can design it any way you want, and you can put the shelves any sort of way you want as well. In the description it showed 3 separate shelves. I actually made myself 4 separate shelves. I can put my angle grinder up top here. I can put my screwdrivers down below. I can put my batteries up on my shelf right here. And of course, my cans of penetrating oil on the shelf over here as well. And the really nice thing that I like about this setup is I can put all my cordless tools out of the way and no longer in my toolbox. Now this is a really nice setup, I'm not gonna lie. If I was to be in my honest opinion, you're gonna want some really good fasteners, and you're gonna wanna try and hit some studs if you can, or go ahead and screw some plywood to your wall and then screw this to the plywood for a little bit more sturdier. If you're gonna be adding a bunch of batteries up here or some more heavier stuff, you may wanna do that, because again, these shelves are very heavy duty, but they can only be as heavy duty as the fasteners that you install them with. Now I'm gonna take all of this off the wall, and I'll see you in a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and install the #1 method and the most effective space organizing method that you can actually use with this. Now with the hardware provided, we're going to go ahead and assemble this in the #1 installation method suggested. You have these 2, which are your sides, which these slots actually can hold side panel hooks just like this, and you can install those on the sides as well. So these are your sides, these are your 2 shelves, and this will be your bottom shelf. Now if you look real close here, you can see that there are nuts on the inside of this. You're simply just going to go ahead and put them together that way. And just like that, you've got the #1 install method put together. It's very quick and simple to do. You have all the stuff you need in the kit. I added 1 side of the screwdriver holder. I will make the decision if I want to add the second screwdriver holder at the end of the video. Now we are going to use a tape measure in this demonstration because I do want to try and hit the studs in this scenario because it is 16 inches on center, which is really nice. So we basically just have to figure out the distance between, which is about 10 1/4. I'm simply just going to get my first screw in, measure down 10 1/4, mark it, put my second screw in. Once I go ahead and get it up here, get in its spot, I can go ahead, put the level on. Oh wow, look at that. And then mark my holes. Take it down, throw it in, put it back on. And once I got it on, I can tighten my screws. And it is just that simple, you guys. Now, you can do the same exact concept. I can put all my cordless drills, and really, this actually isn't that bad. Maybe I'll kind of roll with this setup right here. I can put all of them in here. I can put my batteries up in here. And the one thing that really takes up a lot of space in my toolbox is my angle grinder. I can set my angle grinder up there, and I can still set some penetrating oil and other stuff up on top, you guys. This system is so diverse. Like I said, I can put it on my pegboard if I wanted to, but right now I think I'm gonna take this down and put it back to the other configuration that I had before. I can still put my screwdrivers in over here for all different types of my screwdrivers. You cannot go wrong with this setup. And of course, it's magnetic, so you can add things to it like my flashlights, or you can just go ahead and store your flashlights on the inside. But most of my lights are all magnetic, so it'll be really nice to have that option. One other thing I can also do with this, instead of say a top shelf, putting my angle grinder and all that kind of stuff up there, I have a big heavy duty radio that fits absolutely perfect up there, you guys. I mean, this is an perfect solution for tool organization, for your power tools, for everything you can think of. You can put it in so many different ways. I'm very happy that I have it, so thank you to Yamagahome for sponsoring today's video. Definitely check the link out below. It is a very nice product. I'm very happy with it. You can do so many different things with it. Like I said, I'd probably reconfigure it back to the other way. I would highly, highly suggest this type of system, especially if you don't have a pegboard set up. They give you these hooks here that you can set up any which way you would like. And you can hang something from these hooks themselves as well. Thank you again so much for Yamagahome for sponsoring today's video. This is a great option, and I cannot express it enough. I would highly suggest it for what you can do. You can either make it nice and compact, just like this, or you can spread your shelves out and give you a little bit more room and make it look a little bit more spread out in your workbench area. So with that being said, make sure you guys go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I did actually end up putting it on my pegboard, only because I plan on putting a cabinet right there. But this is where it's permanently gonna stay, and I'm very happy I have that, because man, it is compact, and I can add a lot more to my pegboard setup now with this type of system. Have a good day.